Earlier this year, Hyundai caused a lot of head scratching when it launched not just a car, but also a new way of thinking in the design of a small sports car. It featured rakish and aggressive styling. It was promoted as a sports car, but instead of a coupe body, Hyundai combined and mixed the best parts of three bodies, and not just the parts you'd expect. This new design, from one point of view, was a hatch, and from another was a coupe, just to add to the confusion. This conundrum was announced as the Hyundai Veloster.
Well, several successful months later, and Hyundai have added another piece of DNA. Only this time, they're not trying to surprise you and they're not trying to confuse you. What they are trying to do is what a piece of lemon or lime does to a Corona, and that's stimulate our taste buds. And even you, Mr. Simons, would have to be stimulated by the all-new venomous Veloster.
I am, but let's back up for a second. Corona. What time is it?
I know.
I'm stimulated. Look, you're right, Aaron. This is a terrific little car. We've driven it here to this location, obviously. It's got a lot of great... You know what I'm thinking? This will put you to sleep. You know what I'm thinking?
No Coronas, Al.
No. Veloster probably comes from velocity, and this car does. It goes off like a startled gazelle when you put that foot to the floor. Made very nice. Looks good, very muscular, very masculine, and yet beautiful.
Okay, now, what are your thoughts of the three doors?
It's a bit confusing. You look at the car from one side and there's two doors. You look at it from the other side and there's only one. Really good move, though, by Hyundai. It allows everyone in the car to get out on the curb side. Very safe and a really good feature. You want to have a look at it?
Show me. I
Come
want
on,
to see it.
just over here.
Well, there's one door.
Yes, and here.
So we're confused already.
Okay, so around here, right? Ta-da! What do you reckon? It's pretty sweet,
Definitely
isn't it?
different. Now,
Yeah.
I've looked at this car before, Al. I like it, I do, but I just still don't know why they would have gone with not having two doors on both
Beautiful.
sides.
Well, you don't need them. It's just a practicality. If you don't need it, don't put it in. People in the back can get out of this thing very easily. People in the front, of course, taken care of. But it's great. And the cargo space, the comfort in the back seat, and the fact that this door, as I said, is on the curb side, it just makes sense.
Now, Mr. Somers, I want to explain something that I'm thinking on the inside. I know it's hard for you to sometimes understand me, but can you please shut the door? Now, look at that. Even though I don't like the three-door design, and I don't, I'd rather two and two or one and one, Hyundai have actually hidden the door very, very well.
It just helps the car. It gives it that lovely fluidity and style. It just matches everything else about this car. Lovely lines.
It's like me and you. I compliment you fantastically. Two doors, one. There you go. Now, you know what it's time for, don't you, mate?
Corona.
No, it's not. No, it is time for us to actually see what these animals can do.
Good idea. So we'll take them from... Which one are you going to take today?
Well, what I did is I asked Mr. Hughes to supply us a 5-speed manual and an automatic because I was thinking of your knees. You know how I am. Look up to this guy.
Very considerate.
And I got one in what I would call kind of like a well-aged grey.
Well, you take the lovely manual, I'll take the luxurious automatic, and we'll see what happens.
There you go, done. Now, just so you know, that's the automatic over there, mate, okay? So we'll be back, Alan in his beautiful Veloster later in this show, won't we all?
We will. So stay with us here on Zoom TV. See you in a minute.